So unfortunately, we have no visuals for you, so we will try to sway you with the power of speech. Okay. All right.
Bring it on.
All right. So the thing is, with boycotting, well, that's pretty much straightforward. Boycotting is basically just pretty much abandoning all the products of illegal fishing, right? But the thing is, boycotting won't work alone. Boycotting depends on increased awareness. And what's awesome and convenient about our part is that it comes after all of the other groups which talked about increasing awareness. And so boycotting would just be the next step to upping the decreasing of illegal methods of fishing. Alright, so we're just going to break it down for you based on the Gilman's equation. So we're going to talk to you about the perceived value of the new way, the perceived value of the old way, and then the cost, the overall cost of the new way, so of change. Alright, go on.
Okay, so what's so good about this new way? Firstly, for the well-being section, well, people won't get sick from fish that are caught by cyanide. They won't get poisoned. And so the fish will be caught in a more sustainable way. And then the country won't have to devote so much resources on hospitals and medicine. And to continue, those businesses who can't deal with this boycott and are unwilling to change legal methods will eventually close down, and there'll be no more market for them. And this will cause the fish caught to reduce, and thus fish populations can be sustained. And then 100 years from now, we have fish on our table. And then, well, this is also an indirect way to introduce boycotting into a more common method in global issues campaigning. We can boycott plastic bottles, or
So we can boycott, for example, the killing of animals in order to get their hide and turn it into fur coats and everything. So that has lots of implications, because if we can boycott one issue, one way of doing illegal methods in one particular issue, then we can boycott illegal methods in other issues as well, right? So it doesn't only apply to fisheries, but it also applies to other ways of illegal methods, for example, as I said earlier, of killing animals for their hide and using it for fashion. Alright, so the perceived value of the old way, just to balance things out and give you guys a clear indication of both parts of the problem.
So the perceived value of the old way is that illegal fishing, there's huge amount of fishing, and it's cheap and convenient. And there'll be a lot of employment, and everyone all the fishermen will get jobs, and there were more variety of fish to choose from, and it's a lot more easy and loose, relaxing, and yeah.
Okay, so basically the difference between the two is that in the new way, it's more about sustainability, while in the old way it's all about convenience. But how long can we go on sticking to convenience and sticking to cheap prices and sticking to what benefits us as of the moment? Because 10 years from now, 50 years from now, 100 years from now, if we keep on practicing what we do right now, of buying fish, of not caring, of being ignorant towards these kinds of issues, then we will not have the fish that we want, that we so desire and eat and consume for the future.
So yeah, basically she's saying about how we can sustain, how we can boycott so that there will be the fish supply won't run out in the future. So this is the new way is simply talking about the long term. Short term, yes, the old way is more convenient. We get more fish, legal methods, so there's more job stuff. But in the long run, if you think about it, as you can see from the movie End of the Line too, in the long run, the supply of the fish, the population of the fish will run out, and then we'll have there will be other problems that are caused by it. So the new way is just a more sustainable way to prevent the population of the fish from dying out.
Alright. So going on to the perceived cost of change.
Okay, the perceived cost of change is it's going to be more sustainable, which is a positive because you will have more, in the future you will have more fish, and also you would not run out of fish. Although the price will rise initially, over time the price will eventually even out since that is constant amount of fish. Basically, the price will get higher, but the economy will get better, right? That was the idea.
Yeah, it only gets higher initially, as of for the moment, But over time, when we keep keeping the fish constant and the amount of fish in the market, it just stays the same. The price will, in the end, balance out and also stay the same. And so, as the economy will just adjust, and then, yeah, the price will still be controlled.
People will get adjusted and used to it over time. Basically, they'll get used to the fact that they have all naturally caught, naturally caught fish, so that they'll be used to the thought of it, like how we're used to the thought.
And to used to the lifestyle of using illegally caught fish. And then also, those people who actually illegally catch the fish will also change, since they will see that catching fish illegally will get them nowhere, since no one's demanding for it anyway. And since everyone's boycotting this way of catching fish, then there will be no reason to keep going on this way. So all they could do is resort to catching fish legally. So in the end, boycotting will not work alone, and it's important to take other external factors into consideration. But if boycotting, coupled with all the other alternative methods that all the other groups came up with, then I think boycotting could be successful and implemented.